like that, we are back. UFC Vegas 78, headlined by Rafael dos Anjos taking on Vicente Luque. Luque ranked in the welterweight division number 10. In the lightweight division, somehow Dos Anjos ranked in the 9th spot. But this is a big time fight because for Luque, having to get the clearance to take this fight, it definitely took a lot. He's been away for a year, and that was his first knockout loss his last time out against Jeff Neal. A couple of losses in a row. He also lost in a main event, and that was a rematch against Belal Muhammad. As always, one half of your hosting duo, Craig Allen. Twitter and Instagram at Craig Allen FNP. I guess it's X and Instagram at Craig Allen FNP. Matt Allen is on vacation, so I'm out on the water, enjoying my time. Listen, the water, a good time to relax. Hopefully I don't lose my paddle. Always wearing my life jacket, keeping the sun out of my eyes with the eye black. My wife's filming for additional content on the sidelines, but this is a big time main event because speedboats, they are what they are. I'm gonna speed you up and get you ready for this fight. 23 co-main event and main event slots between these two guys. 4 of them for Luque, 19 of them for RDA. We know RDA as the former lightweight champ, but what you might not know is that he's number 1 all time in UFC history in cage time. 8 hours, 1 minute, and 49 seconds. Behind him, by 4 minutes and change, Max Holloway, who's got a big time main event coming up against the Korean Zombie in the not so distant future. And when we look at a fight like this between Luque and RDA, Luque is a great striker. Luque is a great grappler. So is RDA. For Dos Anjos, gets it done with his wrestling. You saw it for Dos Anjos last time out. He was taking on Brian Bam Bam Barberena. And in that one, well, A, Barberena's a middleweight now. But B, what does RDA have to do? Do what he did against Neil Magny. And in the first round of that fight, he nearly did just that. He had the arm triangle choke. It looked like it was locked in. He didn't ultimately get it. In the second round, Dos Anjos gets the win against Barberena by rear naked choke. He sunk it up against the cage, which is a tough spot to get it at the angle he was at. Dos Anjos gets it done, and gets the win. So when you look at RDA in his last 4 fights, he's 3-1. The loss was a fight of the night to Fiziev. One of the 2 judges had it 2 rounds for RDA. The other 2 had it scored as 39-37. That was Sal D'Amato as well as Junichiro Kamijo. But a great fight in the night there. Back and forth with the striking. We saw Fiziev in a tough fight against your BMF champ after that one, and that's Justin Gaethje. But if you do look at it in this matchup, I'll be interested to see what version of Luque we get, because training out of Serrato MMA, those guys get you ready for a fight. The Bonfim brothers are out of that gym. We know that Luque in the past has been a big supporter and training partner of Gilbert Burns. And if you look at it for RDA, consider where he trains up. Novo União is a hell of a gym to get ready for a fight like this. Maybe not the hard sparring, but you know how good the wrestling is of RDA. It's just, can he get it done against the bigger guy in Luque? That really needs to be said. For Luque, the strike numbers throughout his UFC career, 5.49 to 5.51 significant strikes landed to receive per minute, and he's fought southpaws in the past. RDA is a southpaw as well, so let's go through it. Jeff Neal was a southpaw. Well, that fight took a year away and maybe more years off of Luque's life. Chiesa, southpaw, that's a win for Luque. Barberena, southpaw, that's a win. Jalen Turner, southpaw, that's a win, even though that was a weird fight at 170 pounds. And Leon Edwards is a loss. So Vicente Luque actually at a positive clip against southpaws, being an orthodox fighter. He's 3-2 right there. And when we look at it for a guy like this in Vicente Luque, we just need to see a return to normalcy for him. And he draws a test where RDA is not a giant, thunderous, ginormous puncher. We've seen him close a lot of distance with his strikes. You remember his wild fight that he ended up losing against Eddie Alvarez in a fight night? That was crazy because, I mean, RDA was supposed to fight Conor McGregor. The fight falls out, and then he gets Alvarez a long time later. He loses that fight, the belt's gone. But before that, I mean, Anthony Pettis' fight, that was a great win for him. And we could go really down through the list. But RDA hadn't been dropped. And dropped, I mean, yeah, he'd been finished, but he hadn't been dropped in terms of the knockdown counter in the UFC. From the debut in the UFC in 2008 against Jeremy Stevens to his fight in 2022 against Fiziev. That That is insane. A legendary chin for RDA. Again, RDA minus 520 favorite as last time out. I'd love to hear from you guys and who you have in this matchup, because I think for Matt and I, split on the pick. Matt going with Vicente Luque in the main event, your ranked welterweight, and I'm going to go with RDA, the ranked lightweight. I think RDA is going to have a little bit of an advantage in the grappling, but he's definitely getting up there in age, and when it comes to years and fight years, these two guys are both really up there. Listen, a day on the kayak, enjoying it. We got the fights coming up this weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos this week, doing something different. And the new logo, the new intro, you can always find me at Craig Allen FNP on Twitter, or what was formerly known as Twitter. On Instagram, you can find Matt at Matt Allen FNP. He's out there enjoying his European vacation. I'm out here in New Brunswick enjoying the river that is, and yeah, having a good time on the head pond. So a lot of fight action to look forward this weekend. You can always find us here, and question mark kicks coming up this weekend as well. 2 hours before the prelims. You're not going to want to miss any of the action. Keep it locked in with Fight Night Picks. We always say, let's get into it.